Hello and welcome to the Algebra 1 homework for week 116. Hello and welcome. So we are having some problems today on solving linear systems of equations. So here's our first equation we're going to practice today. Which point would not be a solution to the system of inequalities shown below? So since it says not a solution, we want to look for one of the answer choices that does not work for both of them. So we have four answer choices. Our first one, -5, 7. I'm going to just plug that in to see if it works. So once again, we should all remember x comes first, then y. So in purple, I'm going to write y, which is 7 is greater than or equal to 2/5 -5 minus 7. And I'm just going to do order of operations to see if this works. So 2/5 times -5 is going to be a negative. The two 5's can cancel, and we're left with just 2 minus 7. So 7 is greater or equal to -2 minus 7, -9. That is a true statement, which means, nope, that could be an answer. I forgot. We really have to plug them into both of them. Oh, you can't see that. There we go. Let's plug it into the other one. 7 is greater than -5 minus 3. 7 is greater than, two double negatives make a positive of 5 minus 3. 7 is greater than 2. So this would be a true answer, which is not what we're looking for. So now I'm going to go with the next one, 5, 5. 5, 5. I'll do that in red. I do the same exact thing. I'm just going to plug it in and see if it is true for both of them. So 5 is greater or equal to 2/5 times 5 minus 7. 2/5 times 5 is just 2 minus 7. 5 is larger than 2 minus -5. That's true. So that'll work. So let's plug in the other one. 5 is greater than -5 minus 3. So 5 is greater than -5 minus 3. 5 is greater than -8. That is also a true statement, which means that's not the answer. So our next one is going to be -10, 4. And we will do that in bright pink. And if this one doesn't work, then we know the answer is there. Oh, that pink does not show up well, so let's do it in blue. All right, so y, which is 4, is greater or equal to 2/5 -10 minus 7. So once again, I'm cross-simplifying. The 5 and the 10 share a 5 in common, so the 5 cancels. This 10 becomes a 2. So 2 times -2 is -4 minus 7. 4 is greater than -11. That is a true statement. And my last one, because if this doesn't work, then I know the answer is going to be the last one. Let's plug it in. 4 is greater than -10 minus 3. 4 is greater than a positive 10 minus 3. 4 is greater than 7. Oh, that's a false statement. So since this one is false, that has to be the answer. So let's click on it, hit submit, and we got it right. That was the correct answer. So that one takes a little bit more time, mainly because it is just plugging the answers in. Now, the next set is going to be graphing linear inequalities. This is where we get a little bit more fun. So here's our second problem for the video. X plus 5y is less than -30. Now there's a couple different ways we could graph this, but most of the time our normal way is to make it look like y equals mx plus b. So we need to change this equation. So that's just house method. Draw our house. We're going to subtract x from both sides. That leaves us with 5y less than negative 1x minus 30. I like to put the 1 there, and most of us have been doing pretty well with putting the x first. Draw our house. Then we divide by 5, but we have to divide everything. So y is less than negative 1/5 x minus 6. Now we can find our slope and your y-intercept. Remember, your slope is always the number in front of the x, so negative 1/5, which means we go down 1 and to the right 5. And on top of that, we have our y-intercept, which is negative 6. So if I go to my graph, I'm going to go to negative 6, put a dot, go down 1, then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now you notice it says change line and change shade. So remember, these are going to be dotted lines, where if you have the equal to, it's going to be a solid line. So because this one is no equal to, it's going to be a dotted line like so. Now all we do is we pick a point that's not on this line. I always like to pick the easiest point in the universe, which is going to be 0, 0, because 0, 0 is not on this dotted line. So I go down on my paper. I'm going to say 0, 0. I'm going to plug it in. So 0 plus 5 times 0 is less than negative 30. 0 plus 5 times 0 is 0, less than negative 30. 0 plus 0, 0, less than negative 30. Is 0 less than negative 30? No, this is a false statement. So color away. So instead of coloring the top side like this, I want to color away from 0, 0, which means we are going to color on the bottom. Hit submit answer. And voila, we got it correct. That's all there is to this. Now, our last type of problem we have is when you have two of them. Luckily, Delta Math is going to be very friendly to us. And they gave us two easy equations that are already written in slope-intercept form. I'm going to add my 1 in there. And the other one is y less than or equal to negative 2 x minus 5. So we still have to find our slope and our y-intercept for both of them. So our slope is 1 over 1, which means go up 1, go to the right 1. For the other one, negative 2 over 1, which means down 2 over 1. Our y-intercept, 7. And negative 5. Now from here, I would always just graph 1 at a time. So we're going to graph this first one. So we go to 7, and then we go up 1 over 1. This has an equal sign in it, therefore it's solid. And then you pick a point, 0, 0. So let's plug 0, 0 in. So is 0 larger than 1 times 0 plus 7? Is 0 larger than 0 plus 7? 0 larger than 7? False. So that means you color away from 0, 0, which means going up that direction. Now, for my second line, negative 5, click, go down 2 over 1, click. Once again, it is a solid line because it's an equal to. Now we just got to pick our shading. Notice how you can select line 1 or 2. That's why I usually just do 1. And once again, 0, 0 is definitely not on that line, so I'm going to plug 0, 0 in again. Always try to pick a number that's going to be easy for you to multiply, add, subtract, multiply, whatever you need to do. That's going to be 0 minus 5. Is 0 less than negative 5? No, false. We need to color opposite of it again. So we need color that way. Notice there are now 3 different colors excluding white. So the top shady color only works for line 1. The green works for only line 2. And this bluish hue, it works for both of them. And they want you to pick a point that's inside here. So I'm going to pick this point right here, which is at negative 8, 5. -8, comma 5. Submit. Hit yes. And it works. And that is a quick review about the homework for this week. If you have any questions, please send me a message on Remind, and I will be happy to help you. Thank you.